Rachel says, stop hating on women. Now, she fits the narrative of a Dusty also because Rachel doesn't have a profile picture. The first thing that Rachel wakes up and does as she jumps into the chat, and instead of her saying, good morning, everybody, how's everybody going? How's everybody doing? What's your day like? Let's have a great day. Positive affirmations. When I wake up in the morning, I make sure that I have positive affirmations. I'm always trying to get good energy. I'm trying to project success into the air. That then gives me the sentiment, the demeanor to then go through life and win. And Rachel doubled down. She says, that's what I said. Now can y'all tell the difference between a bitch and a woman? Because bitches are bitchy. They bitchy. No reasonable woman that is in their femininity and is living a good life and is being taken care of by a phenomenal man. No woman that is successful in life that is cooking for their kid. Look at all of the beautiful ladies that's inside of the chat right now, right? Look at them. Look at A-Line. Look at Azriel. Look at Kay Cooper. You see how they come in and they interact with each other and they interact with the people in the chat and they always supporting and they rocking out. Carrie, look at Jerry. Jerry said, that's not very ladylike. Not very ladylike at all. They come in, they have profile pictures, their hair is done, they speak to everybody, they got good energy. Hey, look at A-Line. I don't even know if I'm saying your name. Look at their sentiment. They care about themselves. They care about their online profile. Yet you'll always see a dusty woman straggle in on the straggle bus, on the no plan, probably have multiple children out of wedlock, usually a forever fiance or always talking about how they can get a man and all of this stuff. And so, they always jump in and they say wild stuff like that. And it's usually because they're upset. Now, Carrie asked me a question the other day and she said, Anton, why do you use the terms women, hoes, bitch, interchangeably a lot of times? And I said, that's just kind of locker room talk. But the reality is this. Let me tell you what the truth is. You're welcome. You're welcome, love. The reality is this. It's applicable because you interchangeably see different types of women throughout the day or different types of comments. So, for example, if I see Sabrina and Sabrina says, we can't even get started with the show. Anton, what's going on? Why you ain't lead with prayer? Oh my God, I love you. Now, if I see Sabrina, for example, and I say, look at that woman, get over here. And I grab her up. But then I see Rachel on the other side and I say, man, these bitches is crazy. Guess what? Sabrina is not going to trip about it because Sabrina understands that that's not applying to her. It's applying to Rachel. And the question that I have for Rachel is this. Did you think that you coming in with no profile picture saying stop hating and then put women in all caps, did you think that that somehow was going to change my 43-year-old mind and that I was going to say, oh my God, Rachel said it, so now I got to make sure that I change my demeanor and my sentiment and I got to start not hating on women? Do you see all of the women in the chat right now? Don't you know that I almost have a 50-50 ratio of bag chasers of 18,000 people on my Patreon, women to men? It is almost 50-50 ratio, women to men. Why would those women, why would all of these gorgeous women that are inside of the chat right now, who most of them I've met in real life, why would they continue to support me if I hate women so much? What did you think that coming? First of all, she had to subscribe to say that. Secondly, I'm pretty sure that she came from another dusty place in which I've probably done a reaction video And then somebody was like, oh my God, I can't believe he reacted to me. I put my information out on the internet. I put my thoughts and my opinion out on the internet, and I don't like the reciprocation of it as far as people having feedback for it. And oh my God, he just so happened to be a big YouTuber. And he was the one that reacted to my video and he made me go viral. And so now everybody is holding me accountable. I'm going to tell you the same way that Molly tells people. What's up, sister? Go touch grass. You got to get outside and you got to go touch grass. And I also have a news flash for you before we get into the show and before we get into Tyler Perry and Iran and Trump and Netanyahu and all of these people, right? The gender war is over. I know that they didn't tell y'all. Somebody didn't fill y'all in. They think that just because we're having conversations on podcast, shout out to Kay. Look at Miss Pina, female bag chasers in the building. I know that they didn't tell y'all that the gender war was over, but for the dusty women that shows up and says, Anton, you better stop talking about women. The gender war is over. It was over before it even started. You lost. Here's the beautiful part about the gender war. There's beauty in losing for women because guess what? Now you get to live in your femininity, getting taken care of by the men that you actually want. You get to get all of the benefits of being a phenomenal woman, and you get to go back to a traditional man. Losing looks good on you. You never had a chance. If you thought that society, right? Culture is different. Society is a whole nother conversation. If you thought that you was going to go against your nature, that you was going to transform into a man, and then somehow, some way, you were going to win a war with men that are more intelligent, stronger, age with grace, the top of our earning potential doesn't even come until our late 50s, early 60s, late 60s, early 60s. If you thought that in any way, shape, or form that things was going to go based off of these liberal policies, you are sorely mistaken. And just because men of yesteryear didn't say anything, don't mean that you was winning. Just mean that you was getting more unruly and more rebellious. You're like a woman that's outside of her purpose is like a child that say that they're going to run away from home, but they actually do it. You get to live the soft life. A woman that is outside of her purpose is like a child that keep telling you that they're going to run away from home. Who you think you hurting? Who you think you hurting? You're not hurting anybody. Do you see what's happening over there in Iran? You see what's happening in Israel? Women ain't trying to be battling. What you think that they trying to go to war? When the rubber meets the road, listen, at the end of the day, if we wanted to just take over every single woman and just 100% beat them into submission, we could. You're here by grace. You vote by grace. You have the ability to do the things that you're doing because we've crafted society, and largely to an extent, we've civilized it to where you don't have to live in a hunter-gatherer and survive by trying to physically attach yourself to men. At any point, if men just decided, you know what, we sick of it and we want to go ahead and subdue everybody, it would be no contest. This will be over faster than any war that you've ever seen in your entire life. And that's just the honest to God truth. And that is not me saying anything negative or me saying that that's what should happen. Absolutely not. And do not censor Rachel. Do not remove her. Do not do any of that stuff. Let's just be for real. At the end of the day, we can 100% shut this shit down without even thinking twice. It is all by grace. It is all by, being civilized and freedom of speech and the rules and the regulations and the ways we've evolved in society that allow for people to be able to thrive the way that they thrive. That's it. That's it. That is it. I don't care how many karate classes you take, self-defense classes. Have you ever seen them women in self-defense classes? looking dumb. Bro, I went to my daughter's taekwondo competition. I think it was in Richmond, right? And they had a segment where they did the older women, like women over 40, right? And the women over 40, they were over there and they have two different types of competitions, right? The first competition is usually forms. Forms is, you going to you do your little routine, and so they got different forms. And then the second one is competition. And most of those women at some point had became a black belt and they just stuck with it. And so they just kind of doing it for exercise or recreation and utility, right? I will beat the fuck out of every last one of those women that was over 40 with no taekwondo training whatsoever. All of them at the same time. Cinnamon. Mm-mm. No left hand, no jabs, all overhand rights and uppercuts. No left hands, no jabs, all uppercuts and right hands. What are we talking about here? What are y'all doing? What are we doing? What are you doing? Did you see, dog? You should have seen them women out there. And I'm like, oh, they like cute little puppies. Oh, look at that one right there. So slow. Yeah. Honestly, I would absolutely, positively, I would Hulk smash. The only thing that would allow for them to survive is if I had any sympathy whatsoever and I stopped blacking out. And then stomp. Three piece. Mm, 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 mm. Just Hulk smash. That's all you got to do is just Hulk smash. And then kick them. Ah, that was scream. What are you talking about? Listen, listen. It's better on this side, is all I'm saying. It's better on this side. It's no reason to sit here. And contrary to popular belief, I know that some of you just pop in because you may have seen a clip or something like that, but I actually hold everybody accountable. Did you see how I was talking about white people the other day? And the white women all came out and said, "Ha, no, you're not. We not like that." Black people, black fatigue, white fatigue, Hispanic fatigue, Mexican fatigue, gay fatigue. I deal with it all. We all have some level of fatigue. So all I'm saying is submission looks good on you. Submission looks good on you. It's no need in fighting. We don't have to go back and forth. You don't got to try to prove to me that you tougher than me. You ain't got to outwork me. You can't outwork me. I don't even sleep. I really don't even sleep. I went to bed at like 4. I was back up at like 8, and I got right back to it. That's all I do. Honest to God, that's all I do. Work, pray, and fuck. That's it. That's it. And I'm trying to fit in other extracurricular activities on top of it. Work in that order. Work, pray, bust it down for a real one. Work, pray, bust it down for that is my exercise. That's all I know. Work. I am a machine when it comes to those work, pray, fuck. Master technique, work, pray. That's it. That's all I know. So I'm not even on none of that type of stuff. I'm getting better. At one point, I used to be all about division and women hating. I know, Tiana. And see, all of the women is looking good. They got their profile pictures popping and all of that stuff. That's your life too, Jody? Facts. Facts. That's all we know. That's all we know. We ain't trying to get into that. Let me throw some prayer up there. Lord, bless us this day. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever, ever. In Jesus' name, amen. Speaking of which, I was over there fumbling the bag yesterday. Let me go ahead and get into the show. I was fumbling the bag yesterday. I made a mistake and deleted the Monday night live stream. I was so aggravated for myself, and then I wound up having to re-upload it. I couldn't believe that I deleted the Monday night my live stream. I deleted it off of YouTube. I was so aggravated. Deleted it off of YouTube. I was so aggravated. So re-uploaded the Monday night live stream show. Thank God I had downloaded it and I got extra files, and I always back up my stuff before I start working with files or anything like that. Yeah, I couldn't believe it, bro. I was so aggravated. So aggravated. But we here. We here. Couldn't log into my cleaners app this morning. Everything is in shambles.